Hey there friends, it's Codiak here, back for a quick Far Cry 6 video. As you know, each week a new Insurgency refreshes some of the endgame content. With each new week comes a slew of new items for players to snatch up. This week, Balaceres is under attack by the FND, and you'll have to clear out 2 checkpoints and re-clear the FND-based Maria Marquesa Productions. Once you do that, you'll have to tackle the brand new Puerto del Eden Special Operation. We actually put out a video last week when this dropped where I run through the entire thing, so go ahead and check that out. I don't do a lot of gameplay videos, but I've been having fun putting those out into the world, so give it a watch. Once you complete the special op, you need to take out the FND leader hiding in Fort Santa Maria. Once you do that, the Insurgency will be crushed and you'll get your first special weapon of the week, the Dogfighter. This is an auto pistol that you can equip in your sidearm slot, and yeah, it's okay. It's hard to beat the Desert Eagles of the world, but there are a few things worth talking about here. First, the paint job on this gun is pretty slick. It's meant to look like the side of an old warplane, and I enjoy that. We don't talk a lot about aesthetic too much here on the channel, but this one was worth pointing out. For attachments, we've got 2 solid options. First is armor-piercing rounds. By now you know those are just the best in the game, so the more AP, the better. For the second attachment, we've got a red dot sight. There's nothing wrong with this, and I actually think it fits the nature of the gun. If you look at the stats, you'll see this isn't actually a bad weapon, and while the damage is relatively low, you've got okay stats everywhere else. It's an easy gun to shoot, especially up close. In the mix is also the fresh clip mod. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty garbage, giving your first shot after reloading improved damage. It's just not as strong of a mod in any situation and really pulls down the overall usability of the Dogfighter. In terms of how this gun feels when you're playing, it's actually not bad. I don't hate it by any stretch, and it's a fun auto pistol to use when you're in close contact with a bunch of FND soldiers. It's definitely a run and gun style weapon. The lack of a suppressor and longer range optic means you can really only use this gun up close, and even then it usually takes a round or 2 to actually kill an enemy. Overall, it's an okay weapon, but I think the paint job is actually the real selling point here, so take that as you will. You know we're a fan of ranking unique weapons here on the channel, and if I had to give the Dogfighter a rank, I'd say it's probably a C-tier weapon. The armor-piercing rounds and red dot sight are good, but the lack of a suppressor and the terrible mod really hold this gun back. It's not a bad pick, but it's also not a great one. I am very excited to dive into the black market offerings this week because, man, we have finally got something cool to talk about. I'm actually going to start with the armor this week because, as you might be aware, we've covered a lot of Assassin's Creed Valhalla here on the channel. Historically, it's one of my favorite game series, and this week, Ubisoft is giving away 2 pieces from the Altair bundle in Far Cry 6. So if you want to become a legendary assassin, now is your chance. Altair's hood is the first piece up for grabs. This has the Disguise perk on it, which slows down detection speed on enemy soldiers. The other piece you can pick up are Altair's robes. These have the Assassin's Armor perk on them, which greatly improve movement noise, but impair your general defense. If you're a stealth player, this is a no-brainer. You have to pick these up. I know a lot of you guys watching these videos and playing the game care more about look than actual perks, and this is just too cool to pass up. Also on the black market this week is a brand new set of gear, the Protester set. I actually think this is pretty on brand since we often think about college-age kids being protesters, at least here in the States, and that's kind of the whole vibe of this University of Yara set of gear. The Protester's hat has the Science Goggles perk, which protect your eyes from poison. The Protest Vest has the Melee Protection perk, which improves melee defense. The Protest Jeans have the Show Off perk, which greatly improves your move speed after sliding. The Protest Shoes have a Knockdown Recovery perk, which allows you to recover from being knocked down more quickly. And the Protest Bands have the Bounce Back perk, which allows you to regenerate health sooner after taking damage. All in all, it's not a bad set. The real star here are those Protest Pants. Show Off is one of the best perks we've seen on a pair of pants, and if you're someone that likes to run special operations, it's a great perk to have. The movement buff you get after sliding is substantial and lasts long enough that you really feel the effects. The rest of the set is okay too. I think you can mix and match here and make things work, but yeah, the pants are the real star. There is actually another weapon at the black market this week, and once again, someone forgot to put the title on this bad boy. I mean, really, Ubisoft, we gotta start checking our work here. 2 weeks in a row, it's pretty bad. Alas, it is the Libertad version AK-47, another overclocked rifle. 3 weeks in a row if you're keeping score at home. It's a great gun, what's there to say? The AK-47 is one of the most iconic weapons in the world, and in Far Cry 6 it just fits right in. It's got decent stats across the board, nothing that will wow you, but enough going in the right direction that the weapon is worth using. In terms of attachments, the only thing we're missing here is a canted sight, so I suppose you could dock at a point there, but honestly, it's not a deal breaker. It does look like the mods are all working as intended this week. We have overclock and 2 additional mod slots, which is nice, and it seems that the Libertad version of the AK-47 is actually stronger than the base model AK-47, which is a nice change and makes sense. So yeah, all good things. All in all, not a terrible week. The real highlight is that Altair gear, at least for me, but there are a couple other diamonds in the rough worth logging in for and picking up. We're closing in on the next bit of free content, the actual release of the Danny Trejo mission, so hopefully we see that in the next week or 2. Guys, I also want to let you know that the first Far Cry 6 DLC, Voss Insanity, is out now. We have a full review up on the channel, as well as some additional guides, so if you appreciate content that gets straight to the point and doesn't waste your time, we would love your support. Hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We do our best to keep these videos nice and short so you can get the information you need and get back to the game. We also invite you to join us on Discord. We've got a great community of around 7,000 members with a special section dedicated just to Far Cry 6, so check out that link below to join today. Finally, if you like everything we're doing here at Legacy Gaming and you'll want to help us out even more, you can do so by becoming a member. For just a couple bucks, you're helping evolve the channel and take our community to that next level. Check out the join button below to learn more. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.